Another bank account that charges you no fees and allows you to open the account with just a single dollar, and they also offer one of the highest interest rates of 0.5% at the time of making this video, down from about 2.2% a couple months ago before interest rates started to fall. So today I'm going to be talking about the HSBC savings account and going over the pros and cons so you guys can decide if this is a bank or an account that you should get this year. Now, just before we get into this review, if you're new here and you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Ian, and here on this channel, I talk a lot about making money, saving money, investing, banking, and all things personal finance related. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to this channel and turning on the notifications when you do so you can get the updates of when I post a new video here. And I post a new video here on YouTube every single day. Now, for all my returning subscribers and viewers, thanks for tuning into the channel once again. And don't forget to drop me a comment down below, especially if you have used HSBC before or if you're still using them. Now, we rarely see banks or big banks offering competitive interest rates, right? Usually they offer next to nothing, and only credit unions, smaller local banks, and online banks will compete or offer competitive interest rates, but HSBC is a bit different. Now that I think about it, so far, as for all I know right now, they are the only big bank to offer a competitive interest rate. I mean, if you think about the giants like Bank of America or Wells Fargo or even Chase, they offer about 0.02% or somewhere there. And then online banks offer 0.4% and higher as of right now. So seeing HSBC offering 0.5% right now, which is down from over 2% a couple months ago, is really, really surprising for a big bank. Now, if you know anything about HSBC, you'll know it's an international bank and people all over the world use this bank. Now, people in China, people in the UK, and in the US and many more countries. Now, before I get into the details, let me just mention that although this bank is international, they still offer FDIC insurance on your savings or money in the bank, so you don't have to worry about that part, right? It's insured up to $250,000. Now, to get one of these savings accounts, and by the way, HSBC does not only offer savings accounts. You can get a checking account with them as well, and the checking account is also almost free, or an almost free account that doesn't charge you much in fees. But the savings account is the one we're looking at today, and the savings account charges you no fees. You only need $1 to open the account, and the other requirements are that you have a US address and you're 18 years or older, and you also have a social security number. And with that said, they'll use this information to verify your identity and also to do a soft pull on your credit before you get the account. And the soft pull is the one that doesn't affect your credit. So you won't see your credit score going down because of this soft pull, and that's really, really good. Now, some banks and credit unions still do a hard pull on your credit even when you're not applying for credit, right? Now, sometime last year, I found this out because I opened an account at a credit union and I didn't ask or I didn't really clarify, and I just assumed it would be a soft inquiry, just like everywhere else to open a checking and a savings account, but it was actually a hard pull on my credit. And so a lesson learned here is that you should always find out if the bank does a hard or a soft pull before you apply for an account, even if it's not for credit, right? Even if you're not borrowing any money, because they may be doing a hard pull. Now, some of the high interest savings accounts that we've talked about here on this channel before offer you a good interest rate, but the problem is that there's a limit. So for instance, you have the T-Mobile Money account, just to name one, which gives you 4% in interest, but that stops as soon as you get to $3,000 worth of savings, and some other accounts which will offer you good rates, but only up to $10,000 or $20,000 in savings, and that's a bit unfortunate. But with HSBC, that's no longer the case. The interest is set and there is no limit, right? So if you have $1,000 in your savings account with HSBC, then you get paid the same interest at the same rate. And if you have $100,000, you still get the same interest rate, which is really, really good. Now, remember I said this account was free, right? No account maintenance fees, and they go a bit further with this account being free. Now, not only will you avoid monthly fees for having accounts with HSBC, but you also pay no ATM fees if you use their in-network ATMs. However, the downside to this is that you have to pair the savings account with their checking account as well, so as to avoid ATM fees, or to avoid fees rather, because the savings account doesn't come with a debit card, and so to get the debit card, you must also open a checking account. Now, this is where the account or using the bank no longer costs you $0. The simplest checking account that they have will charge you $1 per month, and so you now have to spend money in fees. Now, HSBC, although being an international online bank, has several hundred branches here in the US, and you can visit a branch for a full service banking experience. Now, there is one con though. Usually when you get a debit card from a bank like Chase or Bank of America, you can go to the ATM and deposit cash at any time. HSBC does not have that feature, and so the only way to deposit money is by going into the branch. Now, this is better than online banks because most online banks don't have a way for you to deposit cash apart from direct deposit and ACH or wire transfers. And so even though they have this advantage of you being able to take cash to a branch and deposit it, that's only going to benefit you if you live in the right place. Now, what that means, or what I mean by this, is that the state you live in. So they have several hundred branches, but not in all states. The states with the most amount of branches are California, Florida, and New York. Now, these states have at least 100 branches each or somewhere thereabout, but the other states, it's probably a dozen each in each state. So if you're outside of these areas, then you're still going to be faced with the issue of depositing cash in your HSBC account. Now, if you don't mind doing ACH or wire transfers though, then you should be fine. Now, the only fee that they charge for their account is an account closure fee or an early account closure fee, and this is $25 when you want to close the account, or if you want to close it within 6 months of opening it. Now, if you close it after 6 months, then you get charged nothing, and this is normal. A lot of banks will charge you if you open the account, let's say today, and then decide to close it the next week. And they usually do this when they offer sign-up bonuses, which HSBC does actually offer. Now, at the time of making this video, I think the account bonus is $200 if you sign up for the account online, and they don't want people signing up for the bonus, withdrawing all the money, and then just closing the account the next week. So you'll have to keep the account open for 6 months to keep that sign-up bonus. Now, this account has a lot of pros, right? I mean, when compared to other big banks, it has the pro of not charging any fees, and it offers good or competitive interest rates, but then it has the downsides of the branches and also not allowing you to deposit at the ATM. And the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking maybe this account isn't one to get or isn't so good after all. Now, I think that if you want good interest, you can get a high yield savings account from, let's say, an online bank, and the cons are going to be the same as the ones that HSBC has. And then you can get yourself a Chase account or a Bank of America account and avoid the fees by keeping money in the account and get the benefits that you are missing from the online banks. Now, the only way I see this account really making sense and being good for you is if you live in Florida or New York or one of those states where they have several branches and you have one or a few near you. Now, also, if you don't care about depositing money at the ATM and you don't need a savings account with a debit card, then I guess it makes sense. Now, I'm not going to be bashing this account though, because they still offer pretty much good services for a big global bank. And these big banks never do this so much as far as giving reasonable interest, and I'll give them that. So what do you guys think though? Do you think this is a good account to have just because of the interest, or would you stick to a high yield savings account and use a traditional big bank whenever you need to? Drop me a comment down below or reply to your previous comment and let me know what your thoughts are on this one. Now, I hope this video was very helpful and I was able to provide some value to you guys. And if you like this kind of content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification icon so you can get updated when I post new videos here, which is at least once per day on YouTube. Now, in addition to that, be sure to also share this video anywhere you think it may be able to reach more people and help someone out as well. Now, if you want to see some of the best interest earning accounts out today, I'll leave a link to the playlist here at the top of the screen somewhere right now, which has videos that review some of the best accounts that offer high interest rates right now. Now, also guys, be sure to check out WEBULL, which is a free and easy to use investment app or platform. And when you sign up using the link that I've left down below in the description, you'll receive 2 free stocks, which can be valued at over $1,000 after you deposit just $100 in your investment account, and you can invest in anything you want to. So be sure to check that out, link down below in the description. And these stocks that you get for free, you can keep them if you want to, you can sell them and withdraw the cash, or you can buy some other stocks that you'd prefer to invest in. Now, if you're a new subscriber or viewer here on the channel, be sure to check out my other videos on high yield savings accounts, checking accounts, investments, credit cards, and of course, ways that you can use and make some extra money. Also guys, I'm leaving more free links or links down below to more free stuff and cashback offers. So be sure to check all the links that I've left down below in the description of free stuff. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. All the best, and until tomorrow.